how are you? I'm back. Let's talk Braxton family values, because this whole scene right here was so telling without telling a lot. Get it? With the passing of Tracie, I feel like there has been more of a clear-cut divide between the sisters. Like, there has always been a divide. It's always kind of been Tamar, the oddball out. But now with Tracie gone, it's more deeper than what it was before. It is definitely Tawanda, Tony, and Trina versus Tamar. And it has always been like this. And it's also Evelyn's fault. And I'm going to explain. So they're in therapy and they're talking about the divide between the sisters. And Tamar lets it be known that Tawanda hasn't spoken to her in almost 6 months. They only speak when it comes time to, to film for the show. And Tawanda is explaining how she feels without explaining how she feels. Her response is, when someone tells me where they're at in life, I just respect it. And Tamar's like, what the hell are you talking about? We don't even talk. So when did I ever say this and XYZ and so on and so forth? So like, Tawanda was making sense, but not making sense. And I feel like what I'm getting from her statement is, after everything we've been through, we lost a sister. We're experiencing a new lead on life. We are only 4 now instead of 5, and you still act like a child. So you're telling me you have no feeling or push to change your attitudes and behaviors, and that's exactly where I'm going to leave you at. And let's be very clear, since day one, since episode 1 of Braxton Family Values, okay, Tamar has always been annoying. She's been very exaggerated. She's been very, whoop whoop and a beep beep and a pop pop. She's always been over the top. Over the top, so much so that it would be disrespectful at times. And each of the sisters have tried to explain this to her, but Tamar just takes it and plays the victim and acts like everyone is against her, when really they're just trying to get her to see you cannot keep acting this way. Just even when Tawanda is speaking, you see the facial expressions that Tamar is making. Tamar's turning her back to her sister, and she's talking over Tawanda as she's trying to explain. She's like, ha, 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 because you ain't even talking to me, child. She lying. Like doing all of that. That's annoying, especially when you deal with this for years. There's no growth in her attitude and her behaviors and who she is as a person. That's going to fed someone up. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that they feel like Tawanda's jealous of Tamar and the sisters are jealous of Tamar. And I don't even remotely think that's it. I damn sure don't think they're jealous of her. I truly think it's the sisters just being truly fed up and exhausted with Tamar. Because dealing with Tamar is not easy. She comes with drama. She comes with mouth. She comes with this. That's why her marriages didn't work out. That's why her beau is not working out. Why she's getting attacked all the time. It's always something with Tamar. And just even in the personality, you could tell Tamar's over the top, while the other sisters are more like the quiet, reserved, relaxed, laid back, all this other stuff. And then I also think with the passing of Tracie, the 3 sisters, Tawanda, Tony, and Trina, have just a different outlook on how life should be. Like, I'm like, I just lost my sister. I'm not thinking about anything else. But Tamar's been in the news constantly for some bullshit and acting up and talking shit and doing this and having breakdowns and la 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 since Tracie's passing. So I think the sisters are just tired. And then, to be very honest, through history, Tamar's behavior has gotten worse. And I think Tamar noticed that the more she's doing all the whoop whoop and a child bye and all that extra stuff that she's doing is bringing her success. So she's exaggerating it more and more and more, which is pissing the sisters off more and more and more. And now Tawanda has gotten to a point where she's like, I'm just not going to deal with it. And per Tamar behavior, she's taking it as, oh, my sisters hate me, and it's always me. Nobody likes me. But like, she's playing the victim, but also acting dumb at the same time of like, well, what did I do to you? I ain't never did nothing to you. Like, child, bye. You doing them all that extra shit. And this is where I have to blame Evelyn for this. This woman, she kind of irks my soul because she acts like she can do no wrong. Even when it came to that whole session they had with Iyanla, and she just didn't appreciate the fact that Iyanla was holding her accountable for how the sisters are and the behaviors, and she was like, nope, I ain't had nothing to do with that. My rules, my thing. Evelyn, this has a lot to do with you. Evelyn continues to see Tamar as the baby, and she treats Tamar like a baby. Evelyn has never checked Tamar for her mouth, her behaviors, how she treats her sisters, and so on and so forth. In situations where obviously Tamar is wrong, Evelyn will tell the older sisters, well, Tamar's the baby, you have to give her some grace. No! Tamar's a grown-ass woman who acts out like a child. And when you go this long without checking someone's behavior, it just becomes innate in them, and they're going to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And I think the fact that Evelyn not checking Tamar also makes the sisters not want to really tell why they don't fuck with Tamar, because it's just not going to make a difference. It's not. Tamar's just going to act like a victim and, continue to act out. And Evelyn's just gonna gaslight the situation by saying she's just a baby. So if my mom can't check Tamar, I'm not gonna check Tamar. I'm not even gonna tell her what the issue is. I just don't fuck with her, period, point blank. Like, I really be needing Miss Evelyn to stop acting mightier than thou, because you are a sinner as well. You are not Jesus. You are not God. You are not perfect. And you have to take the L and where you went wrong in parenting your child. When you could take that L and own it and do better from it, your child can begin to develop and grow and so on and so forth. Evelyn has never taken accountability for Tamar's behaviors. Even as far as when Tamar was saying like her family outed the fact that she was assaulted as a kid or a teen or whatever, Evelyn never really took accountability for that. So Evelyn's lack of accountability, lack of putting her foot down, and lack of checking what she needs to check is making the sisters divided. But you know her, every time it comes to this, she's like, I'm so sick of y'all fighting. I'm so sick of this. We're supposed to be family. She just. Ugh. So can't say I'm really mad at Tawanda for not wanting to talk to Tamar. And I do believe Tawanda when she says, when you call me, I will answer. I have answered. I have also answered your text messages. You're just not someone that I'm going to reach out to. My sisters call me every day. You do not call me, and I do believe that. Tamar is someone I truly believe likes to flip situations to make herself look better. Kind of like she did with this whole Krishan thing. Even though I think Krishan was more wrong than she was right, Tamar was wrong in this situation as well. But she just refuses to take that out. That's a trait she get from her mama.